Welcome to Caching Waves. This is your Elliott Wave update for Bitcoin. I'm out on the hourly chart, and since the high last month, I have this labeled as a three-wave complex correction as a WXY to complete a larger A wave. Currently working on our B wave in a larger correction. Now this can be labeled many different ways. It can be labeled as a intermittent top as a W wave. It can be labeled as a third wave, which would be my primary if we end up panning out this way. A lot yet to be seen, but if we want to keep this market bullish, we need a move to the upside after this. This count does seem to fit the best currently, so until proven otherwise, this is what I'm sticking with as my primary. Now I had a WXY from the high last month in a three-wave correction, looking for a three-wave B wave, and we want it to come as high as possible to see if we can protect this low. If we don't make a new high, or at least attempt very closely to, this low will be taken out. And the issue with B waves, when we only get three waves in an A wave, is there's a lot of different patterns that can pan out here. One of them is a flat, where we make the same high, come back, make an equal length wave to this one, like so, before further upside. Another one is if we come up shy here, this ends up making a triangle, where this is our A, B, C, D, E, and we make further upside. Sorry, not a very good triangle. And the other option is if we break down here, this becomes more complex, where this is a WX, if it's not complete yet, Y. And we come down to those further targets, but I'm not going to cover those at the moment. So to keep this count intact, I have this as a five-wave impulse. They are not ideal targets that we hit on this, but it does look correct. It has the right look. And what's nice about this one is we topped actually over here and made a new high. So if this count is accurate, we'd expect to make further upside after that because of that fact, where this is potentially a flat pattern. But as of right now, would like to hold this level, this previous order block, and use this previous area as support for our C wave after we get our B wave. Now, it doesn't mean if we break that it's over, but it brings down probabilities. We want to keep probabilities in the bullish case, right? So as of yesterday, we had a three-wave move to the downside. So same idea, but on a smaller time frame as we want to see here. So we want this to turn into a running flat B, get our C wave, protect the C wave, this A wave low, and then take off for our C wave. The reason for that is because if we take our A wave, we expect our C wave of the B to hit the 1-to-1 extension, our standard target for our C wave. Now we can get extensions to the 1.236 or 382, but what we target in analysis is just the 1-to-1. So if we get this B wave and the C wave actually ends, say, somewhere up here, then we're more likely to make that flat. So ideally, we make a running flat or some sort of triangle for our B wave. So that's what I'm looking for. I'll go down to the 15-minute. One thing I wanted to talk about here is my concern with this count. My main concern is we didn't hit the 1-to-1 extension here for our W equaling our Y. So that does concern me a little bit because we tend to hit 1-to-1s. But if we're in the middle of this flat, it's not a big deal. So go down to the 15-minute. Had this A wave to the downside as a three-wave move. Currently working on a B wave in this smaller ABC. Our targets for that expanded flat are between 44,367 and 44,670 in that area. So ideally what we would get here is an A, B, C, and then we come down for our C wave, protect this A wave low and make some sort of flat. And where you'd want your entry if you're planning on trading this, not financial advice, is down in this area on the smaller time frames. But I won't get into this until I see this pattern, because if we roll over and this is labeled incorrectly, because this can also be labeled as a WXY, where you get a 3, 3, 3, because X waves don't have to be, there's no time guideline for X waves. They can be pretty tiny. So just want to point that out. And that way the top would be over here, and this would just be our A wave to the downside. So if we start coming like this, get an ABC, and then we start coming sideways, that's where I'd be worried if we get something like that. That's where we would get continuation. So that's what I'm looking at. It looks good right now. I want to see some sort of sideways pattern here. I want to protect this low. Same idea, this can make some sort of triangle or a flat. Same idea as the larger time frame. We're looking for this larger ABC. All right, guys, I will update this pretty much every day as we go through this. We go through this correction, but I'm not interested in a long till over here, just until I see this pattern fill out. That's the important thing, just to bring confidence to this trade setup. All right, guys, that's it for this one. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.